On a previous show, you referred to Paul Kagame as a friend.
Yes.
When you speak to him about this conflict in the Congo, what does he say? Who does he say is responsible? If you're willing to share that with us.
I haven't had this conversation, but I think
you must.
I haven't had this conversation, but I believe that the time is now really to engage in this very serious conversation with all players, particularly with Paul Kagame. I think his administration post-genocide have done useful things, but I think that the long-term health of those things requires also that you have enemies who are going to support you, because if you are an island of success in a vast ocean where there is instability, your own stability is only for a moment. And I think that that is the message that must be sent out, that going forward, and this is why I like this, when I talk about having an all Congolese meeting, when I talk about having President Kagame and President Tshisekedi having a conversation, at this table, it is possible to tease out this and for admissions to be made that we did this for this reason, and to explain oneself. Because if you don't have a conversation and you don't talk, then the best you can do is to point fingers. So, and I think we have pointed fingers for too long. We have been grandstanding for too long. We have insulted each other for too long. And remember that a divided Africa is also up for the taking by other places. So the more disunited we are, the more endangered we are.
So, I don't know if you've seen this video before, but obviously you have here Prof Lumumba saying that basically Paul Kagame is his friend. He's done really well in his country, and obviously when he is so successful and there are countries around his country that they are unsuccessful, that's going to create problems. And according to him, he wants to have an all-Congolese meeting where Paul Kagame, all-Congolese meeting where Paul Kagame will talk to Felix Tshisekedi. Okay, I did a video before regarding this individual, which I've listened. Okay, I've listened before. There was something, always had something dodgy, to be honest with you. Every time I listen to him, I'm like, okay, he's a well-spoken individual, right? He's got good, he does a good use of the grammar, English grammar, okay? He can express himself well, but he's not really, he doesn't criticize much certain things, mainly things that are not in his interest, right? So, as you can see here, the individual is not sympathetic towards the Congolese people whatsoever. He's talking about Paul Kagame, that is his friend basically, and he's not even defending the Congolese people. In fact, in another video, he goes into blaming the Congolese government. Okay? You'll see on the commentary sections on that video, there's quite a lot of people blaming the problem in the Congo in tribalism, saying that in the Congo there is quite a lot of tribalism. Okay? So infighting between different tribes within the country, and a mentality in which some tribes want to have more power than others, or they suppress others, which is completely untrue. If you are Congolese, you know exactly what's going on, and you know that tribalism is not a problem in the Congo. There are many tribes, and in the past some did have problems, people from Katanga, for example, but to date, there's no tribalism in Congo. What you have, in fact, is these Banyamulenge people that have been deceived. Things have been promised to them, and they have been used in order to create a narrative, in order to blame the Congolese government for what is actually happening. The problem is that this narrative has been used too many times, and Uganda is using it, Rwanda is using it, and unfortunately, the Banyamulenge people, which happens to be Rwandese, living in the Congo, because they're refugees, some of them are Congolese nationals, because they obtained the nationality in the 90s, all right? Now, the Congolese nationals, so they are Congolese. However, when it comes to ethnicity, there are no Congolese. There are Rwandans. And their alliance sometimes stands with Rwanda and their objectives in the Congo, like the M23 rebels, which the majority are Rwandans, okay? That's why the Banyamulenge people support these people, and they're benefiting hugely for the presence of the M23 in the Congo. In fact, they advocate for this in Goma, in Bukavu, and other border cities with Rwanda. Rwanda is doing absolutely nothing. So when you have an individual like this guy, okay, Prof Lumumba, who doesn't even deserve the name he's got, that's a name from the Congolese individual, okay, who was known for being a revolutionary, a person that wanted to change the nation, and he was betrayed by his own brother in the revolution, and he was unalived, by the Western intelligence services. So Prof Lumumba here, he's betraying his all intellectuality. He's betraying his impartiality, and he's basically defending Paul Kagame 100% on this. He's not even criticizing him. He's not looking at his actions. There is a lack of honesty here in his whole argument in this video, because he's unable to recognize that his best friend in heart, he's been doing quite a lot of damage in the Congo. He wants Tshisekedi and Paul Kagame to have a meeting. He doesn't explain why. Well, he's the guy who does this research, right? Apparently. Well, he doesn't do any research about the Congo, because if he did, he would know exactly what's happening. And it's that Rwanda is stealing from their neighbors, they're stealing minerals, they're stealing resources, and they're cleansing the areas in the Congo, ethnic cleansing the areas in the Congo, okay, and moving their own people into the eastern part of the Congo, to a point now where these guys are the majority in the main two cities in the eastern part of the Congo, okay. Therefore, when you see M23 and people cheering at them, these are friends, they are family, they are brothers and sisters. So, thousands have lost their life last year, and this year there's more people losing their life. These people that have been unalive in Goma because they were trying to force them to join the M23. However, many people have refused. Young Congolese individuals have refused to join the M23, so they're doing some kind of forced mobilization. They're even going into schools, okay, to mobilize children into the M23, okay. They're unaliving people in the middle of the streets, okay. They're shooting at people in the middle of the street. People that refuse to join, they are shot in the middle of the street in Goma. And this happened last week. And this happened continuously, all right? They brought the police, the former police from Goma, who were Congolese, most of them. They brought them back and they asked them to join the M23. And the police was forced to do it. They even show a video, a propaganda video, showing how they're kind of forcing them to do it. You can see in their faces that those guys are forced to do it. They're forcing the population to clean the city without getting any compensation, any remuneration for it. And then they're showing how beautiful the city is with the M23. So all this is pure propaganda. So Prof Lumumba here is doing a dirty work, which is hiding the crimes of his best friend Paul Kagame, okay? And negating the rights of the Congolese people to basically express what is happening in the country. I mean, the guy with such weight, because apparently he's a heavyweight when it comes to African intellectuals, how is it possible that he fails in something that not even an artificial intelligence tool will fail on it? Everything he told you in this video and other videos, if you put on ChatGPT, you ask ChatGPT this question: what is the situation between the Congo and Rwanda? What's happening in the eastern part of the Congo? ChatGPT is going to give you a better answer than what this guy has given you today. So it's really sad to see individuals like this guy doing this. Individuals that have many people have him in their heart because of how he analyzes other conflicts or the situation of different African countries or the relation between the West and the African countries. But when it comes to Congo, he is completely wrong, okay? There's a lack of honesty. And it's not that he doesn't know what's happening. is that he's hiding it and he doesn't want to talk about it because Paul Kagame is his best friend, okay? So this is what happened with Africans. Although he's one of the first individuals to criticize African leaders, okay, like in the Congo, he's saying that it's tribalism and that the president of the Congo is fomenting that, basically. He's the first individual that is incapable of criticizing his best friend and telling, yo, what you're doing in your neighbor's country is wrong. There are thousands, if not millions of people dying, and this individual is unable, completely unable to criticize this. He's incompetent at all levels. I don't care how much respect you have for him. I lost my respect completely, okay? And I feel sad when I see channels like this one showcasing this guy after showing a complete lack of sympathy for thousands of Congolese that have lost their life in the eastern part of the Congo. And pretty much whitewashing the crimes committed by Rwanda, which have been internationally criticized today in the UN. This guy continues to defend his friend Paul Kagame, okay? And actually trying to convince the people that this is some kind of issues with the Congolese government, okay? And for those that say that the Congolese government is corrupt, just tell me, which president in the Congo was ever selected by the people? Since Patrice Lumumba, every single president in the Congo has been imposed on the people. And these individuals, Mobutu, Kabila too, all these individuals have completely destabilized the Congo, stolen, looted every single thing they could from the Congo. And all of them were supported by who? By Rwanda, by France, and by the Americans, and by other Western countries. So when you want to criticize the Congolese government, when you got Felix Tshisekedi, which is not someone I like, but at least I recognize that he's trying to unify the country, that he's trying to find diplomatic means to end this conflict, and to get Congo to benefit somehow from the mineral activities that happen in the country, for example, the mining activities in the country, by trying to bypass Rwanda and sell directly to Western countries and other countries, right? At least the guy is trying. This has never happened in Congo's history before, okay? Now, for the first time, it's happening. And this guy is heavily criticized, called corrupt or whatever, which there might be corruption. Corneille Nangaa is a corrupt individual. He ran because he's a corrupt individual, because he wants more rights in the mining industry in the eastern part of the Congo, and then he joined the M23 rebels, okay, and now he's running away from it. Okay, Felix Tshisekedi, you can criticize him as well, I don't mind, but there's one thing you guys need to stop saying, and it's criticizing the Congolese people, saying that the Congolese people, the only thing they do is dance. I'm not dancing. I'm not dancing. And just like me, there are thousands out there that they are worried about the situation in the country, but they know that there's not much they can do because there are very big powers behind. Just like they did with Patrice Lumumba, as soon as there is a leader that tries to stick for his people and tries to make the country progress, that individual is removed completely. So in some sense, Felix Tshisekedi is acting wisely, okay? While he's not getting too revolutionary, because he keeps getting in contact with the West, okay? Trying to deal with the problem through Western diplomatic platforms, like the UN, for example. But he's trying to do some changes that Congo hasn't seen for some time. So for people like Prof Lumumba, which I know many Kenyans and Africans love, okay? I please ask you to just do some more research about this guy. Listen to his videos and his lack of sympathy towards Congo and the complete neglect of the individuals that are dying day by day in the eastern part of the Congo by the thousands. What he's doing, to me, is a crime. It's a crime against my people. The fact that he's not even mentioning this, what the M23 is doing, what Rwanda is doing. All he does is defending the rights of these Banyamulenge people, which are Congolese national, that have betrayed the nation, and they have sided with the Rwandese and the M23. So, for people like him, who does not care about the life of the Congolese people, they can go away. Hope you like this. Share it, like it, bookmark it, and as always, I'll continue informing you.